Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the Blazers and the Cobras. Live baseball here on MLB Network, and it comes your way next. David Lund gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, you take a look at that ERA. That's a little bloated right now. This guy's a better pitcher than that, but he hasn't been real consistent. One good game, one bad game. I think what he needs to do, if he can string together 3 or 4 good quality games in a row, that ERA will start creeping back down. He definitely needs to start pitching a lot better than he has up to this point, and it'll be interesting to see if he can turn it around in this one.
Richard Richardson is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Guys, you take a look at the home 9 as they enter play here this afternoon. They come in the midst of a stretch where they've dropped 6 of their last 9.
Hey, Matty V, we're taking a look at a team right here, D-Row, through 5 games of this.
He sends it out to left field. Well hit. Meanwhile now, this ball's trouble as it looks like it'll be good for extra bases. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
Wow, that's the way to kick off a day at the ballpark right there. Leadoff hitter, and he puts the pitcher on his heels right out of the gate with a leadoff double. It's hard to get settled into a game as a pitcher when you're dealing with a runner in scoring position, one batter into the game.
At the plate now, Scott Jordan. That's a strike to throw down. Oh, and it's off target, and he'll be safe at third. Set to deliver the 0-1. This one's down to third. Fielded cleanly. Only play will be to first as we'll see our first run score here as this is a 1-0 ball game.
Really good team at bat right there, right? Just put the ball in play. He does just that, gets the ground ball, and brings home the first run of the game from third.
Digging in, Mad Dog Jackson, and he'll be looking to snap out of it in this one. Not having much success at the plate over the last week and a half. First pitch on its way. Oh, and here's a drive. Well hit out to straightaway center. Robinson is back to the track as he takes it for out number 2.
Batting fourth, the third baseman. Go. No.
Now at the plate, Colt Snow. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Pitch on the way. Already pitching from a deficit here as he fires this one by him for strike 1. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Mike Fillmore.
Hey, you know, D-Roll, Mike Fillmore, he'll give a little bit off the edges, but he gets the respect not only from the pitchers, but from the players because his zone is consistent.
Yeah, as long as he's consistent, Dan, I'm okay with Mike Fillmore's zone. If a pitcher's pounding that zone, he wants to give a little bit off the outer edge, I'm okay with that.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And it's 1-2.
Not the ideal location for a changeup up in the zone, but he got away with it.
Curveball just about rung him up, but it's to 2-2. Here's the pitch. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
If you're at the plate right now, you have to realize who's on deck. I guarantee you something's over the heart of the plate. You have to be aggressive in the zone right here.
Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. Another full count pitch home. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. So he wins the full count battle and finds a way to extend the inning.
Boy, talk about making the pitcher work, D-Row. 8-pitch at bat. Finally leads off to a base hit.
I got to be honest with you. After the 7th pitch, you start to get in auto swing mode. He could have thrown the rosin bag and he would have took a hack at it. So hats off to him, not only battling for 8 pitches, but getting a result.
He's carrying a batting average of just over 300, so clearly he's been a productive player with the bat in his hand so far. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Christian is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. It's a run on 2 hits, 1 left. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. The Blazers lead it 1-0. Jorge Campos will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, Matty V, this ought to be exciting. This is one of the top young pitchers in the game right now. He keeps getting better. He keeps learning. And if he continues at this pace, this guy has a chance to be one of the more reliable pitchers in the game.
Stepping up to the plate, Buford Christian. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The left fielder, Buford Christian.
Here's the pitch. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike. Fellas, you look at these guys with a first-inning lead, by the way, as they take the field this afternoon. They're definitely in a nice stretch as they've won 6 of their last 7 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, this should be an interesting watch today because this team's playing well, all facets of the game. But they're facing an ace on the other side today, and they're going to have to jump on him early if they're going to have any chance.
Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. And he can't get out of the way there, so the leadoff man will be aboard to open up the inning.
Man, not sure if he was trying to send a message early in the game or what, but I sure hope this doesn't carry over to the rest of the game. Sometimes things like this early in the game really sets the tone for problems later, but I hope that's not the case.
Stepping in, Michael Wright, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
0-1, no strikes.
Christian gets his lead at first, nobody out. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone.
Hey, you want to talk about being in the zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
Outside and low, 3-0.
This would be an absolute terrible start to the inning. After drilling the first guy, you can't allow the second guy to reach base via the wall.
Ready with the 3-0 pitch. The high fastball is in there.
Let's get it going, boys. Somebody's loose, hitting 98 with ease in the first inning.
Nobody out, runner on first. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. And he will take ball 4. First and second now with nobody out.
That was a great battle right there. He tried to get him to chase, but he laid off some really tough pitches and got a walk. Got to tip the cap to the batter that time.
Now at the plate, Brad Benton, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First pitch on its way. And a good fastball there, but this just misses the zone for ball 1. 1-0. Oh, and he can't come up with it. And he thought about going to second, but he'll go to first instead. And the throw will be too late as he can't recover in time.
Wow, this manager must be pulling his hair out. Not only does he have to deal with his pitcher walking people, now he's got to deal with his defense tripping all over themselves.
In now, Kevin Landry, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. From the stretch. Now a fastball that couldn't quite find the zone. It's ball one.
When you're hitting in a situation like this, you have to find a way to slow your heart rate down. The pitcher's the one with all the pressure. You're looking to keyhole something middle of the plate and drive some runs in.
1-0 count. Here it is. A ball and a strike. Set. Here comes the 1-1. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. But it bends just foul into the second deck. Needs a punch out here. Can he get it? In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. Working for the punch out and the offering. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Would have been a grand slam. Instead, it's a foul ball. Oh, and he struck him out. A big strikeout there with the bases loaded, and that's the first out of the inning. Standing in now with runners in scoring position, Edwin Miles, and he'll be tasked with bringing home the potential tying and go-ahead runs, both of which are standing in scoring position. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Obviously a huge situation in the game here, but at the plate he's got to keep it simple. He can't try to do too much just because the bases are juiced. At the very least, just find a way to get that tying run home from third.
Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. Bases are loaded here. One man out. And he takes ball two, and it's 2-1.
Everyone in the ballpark knows what the pitcher's intentions are in this situation. Great job at the plate to lay off a tough pitch in a good spot.
Can't find the zone there, and it's 3-1.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
Full count now, 3-2.
Boy, I love the way he's competing out there on the mound right now. He's got a chance to rack back-to-back Ks with two runners in scoring position. He's not giving in at all.
Now the 3-2 pitch. A swing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here.
Batting fifth, the second baseman,
Stepping into the box, Glenn Suarez comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And that's in there for strike one. According to the career numbers on the back of his baseball card, Suarez hits a little over the 270 mark. He's set. The 0-1.
count.
2 out, bases loaded. Now this is on the ground to second. Is he going to get out of this? He is. They get the force at second base, and the inning is over. Ready now, Samuel Rincon, hitting .500 in the series so far, 4 for 8.
Rincon.
First offering on its way. Well, today's game provides the visiting squad with a chance to complete the series sweep, guys.
Sure does, and it's always difficult to sweep and win a series on the road, especially when you're playing a division opponent.
And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard.
Batting center, the center fielder, J.D. Eastman.
Throw over to first, and a dive, but he's back in there. At the plate, J.D. Eastman, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. There's strike 2 on a fastball right down the middle.
Yeah, I get it. They want to run this guy's pitch count up, but that was a pretty good pitch to hit. He might be kicking himself that he didn't swing it that way.
Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt here, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Got him. Fooled on the pitch as he swings at it in the dirt for strike 3.
Pretty textbook breaking ball for the punch out right there. Got it to bend a lot, and by the time it got there, it had fallen completely out of the zone. Not much you can do with that pitch.
Here's a look over to first, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily. In now, Alejandro Rosas. And this one's in the dirt, and a nice job keeping it close. It's ball 1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Pitch out, nothing doing.
No strike.
Two-0 count, the pitch. On the ground to second base, this could be 2. Bare-handed for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Stepping up now, Jason McIntosh. He did not play last night, but clearly back in the starting 9 for this one.
McIntosh.
First offering on its way. Fastball catches the black there for a called strike. Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
Real ugly 0-1 swing there. As a pitcher, you've got to be hunting for the strikeout, knowing you have this guy way off balance.
And the knuckle curve that time. Got him swinging, and that's the first out.
Not a lot of guys throw that knuckle curve, but some guys have a lot of success with it. Some say it has more bite than the traditional curveball, but I think it's more of a feel thing. It just works for certain pitchers, and it worked right there.
Into the box now, Howie Robinson, as he'll take a look at ball one. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Around first, digging for two. And he'll pull into second with one away.
No mistake what he was sitting on. Fastball, middle of the plate, kept his hands back, stayed through the baseball, and delivers a hard-hit line drive.
Standing in now, David Lund, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. One out and a runner on second base. The throw behind the runner at second, and a leap, but it's over his head at second. Fortunately, the center fielder's in the right spot. From the stretch.
2 balls, no strikes.
Well, this is what really can frustrate you when you're on the mound. You're facing a pitcher that really doesn't offer much as far as being able to hit. When you fall behind 2-0, it just feels like you're wasting pitches.
And that's over. 2-1.
Count is 2-1.
Two and two the count. Just the second inning, but already 37 pitches to this point. Breaking ball, and he gets him to chase it in the dirt. And the throw is made to record the second out of the inning.
Good pitch there, and that was a nice job by his battery mate to complete the play first after the ball hit the dirt.
Coming to the plate now, Buford Christian. He's got to be looking for vengeance after getting plunked in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, you're not lying. Last time up, squared right in the back. Hopefully it doesn't stiffen up. I want to see if he can get through something right here.
0-1, no strikes.
Lays off 1-0.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
High chopper to third. The set and the 1-1.
1-2.
And a fastball swung on and hit to second. He's right there. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Into the box now, Jorge Campos. 9-1-2 due up. First delivery to him on the way. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one.
0-1's the count.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Oh, and it looks like a visit to the video room may be in order after that hack. It's 0-2 now. That fastball straightens him up a bit. 1-2 now. Now the pitch.
2 balls.
So you'd love for him to offer at that one, but the execution was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone and breaks just out. Just a great take by the batter.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
I really liked it. He gave up nibbling out of the zone trying to get him to chase. That wasn't working, so he just reached back and fired a good old country hardball fastball right by him. No better feeling in the world when you're a pitcher than throwing a fastball right by a guy.
Into the box, Richardson, and he fouls this one off. It was a double for him in his first turn at the plate. The windup and the 0-1.
0-1.
This guy uses that two-seamer to set up his other pitches. Two-seamer in, breaking ball away.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Bouncer up the middle. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly.
Nice effort by the shortstop right there. Kept it in front of him. That's all he could do right there, Dan.
You know, Dealer, on a spot like that, that's an infield single. That's a tough play. Just to knock that ball down was a pretty good job. But any way you look at it, that should be scored a base hit, and I'm sure it was.
Scott Jordan comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Now a throw over and the runner back. Runners on first with one down. Here's a blooper out toward left center. Here comes a left fielder. He can't get to it. This one's down.
Man, he's seeing it like a beach ball right now. Even his soft contact is finding holes there.
He's making it nearly impossible for a pitcher right now. Up, down, in and out, hard, soft. Anything you throw forward to home plate, this guy seems to somehow be able to find a hole.
At the plate, Mad Dog Jackson, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Froze him on the bender there, and he's in the hole 0-2.
Yeah, flip a coin right here. I don't know what you sit on. Fastball in, then a breaking ball down and away. Pick your spot and go with it.
Fastball just misses. That's ball 1.
Stone cold take right there. That fastball very well could have sent him packing back to the bench.
The 1-2. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you think you see that ball as a hitter, you think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
At the plate now, Colt Snow, as he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. A base hit in his first trip. Hit sharply on the ground. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And the two-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Leading off the inning, Michael Wright, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Michael Wright.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. That's wide, 2-0.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
2-0 count and the pitch.
Ball 3.
Wow, fastball up and in. I'm not sure it was intended to be that far up and that far in, but message sent. Beware.
And they'll just make him throw one over here. 3-1.
Stealing that strike on 3-0 was important, but you don't want to miss over the heart of the plate in this situation. I got to believe he's going to be way more aggressive right here.
Fastball is taken for a strike, and he runs it full. 3-2. Fouled away. Payoff pitch one more time. Again, he sends it out of play. Full count still. Left side. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
The first baseman, number 9, Brad Benton.
Into the box, Brad Benton. First pitch on its way. And it's fouled away. One out, nobody on. Down and away, ball one. And there's ball two now. The 2-1. A swing and a miss. He offered it a ball way outside the strike zone for out number 2.
For me, check swings are right there next to bang bang plays at first as the most difficult calls for an ump to make. Taking a look at show motion, the batter doesn't appear to hold up enough, so I think the call was right.
The pitch. Kevin Landry is at the plate now as he looks at strike one.
Wouldn't mind the pitcher expanding the zone a little bit more and using his aggressiveness against him.
Here's the 0-1. Line toward the gap in left center. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Everyone knows that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident, driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
In now, Edwin Miles. In the dirt, and now let's see. Throw goes to third, and he nails him at third. Great throw. One hit's all they get. 3 innings complete. The Blazers lead this one 1-0. So digging in now, Nori Dizzy. They'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
Nori Dizzy.
First offering on its way.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Now the 1-0.
I got a ball, 1 strike. I got 2-1 the count. That's ball 3.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin stanza number 4.
That leadoff walk is a great way to start this inning when you're looking to pad the lead. Could be the beginning of good things here in this half inning.
Digging in to try it again, Samuel Rincon. He singled his last time up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Ready with the 0-1. Line toward the alley in left center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Boy, that's something you see often in batting practice. Guys using the whole field there, D-Row. I like to see that. A lefty that's just not always pull happy.
100%, Dan. The pitchers have gotten so much nastier in today's game that if you're not willing to play with the entire field, you're going to struggle.
To the plate now, J.D. Eastman fouled off. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Oh, and 1, here it comes.
Nope. That's inside.
Hey, there's not a lot you can do with a slider breaking down and in unless you catch it way out front. I like the idea of taking it and making the pitcher bring you something a little more hittable.
A ball and 2 strikes now. None out, runners at first and second. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. Here now the 2-2.
I got 3 and 2.
Well, I think this is the kind of approach they need against such a prolific starter. You can't count on putting up a lot of runs, so getting him out of the game has to be the priority. Working at bats, full counts, running up the pitch count is a great way of doing that.
There's ball 4.
Boy, oh boy, that's a tough one for the pitcher. He's definitely wondering, where the heck was that pitch? I think he called it high, but our strike zone says otherwise.
Ready for another chance, Alejandro Rosas. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Hit in the air to left field. Catch is made near the line in left, tagging the runner from third. And it's a sac fly and an RBI. It's now a 2-0 game.
Man, this is a spot where you really want to get greedy as a hitter. Bases loaded, nobody out. You're hoping for that big swing of the bat. What does he get? A sacrifice fly, and only 1 run scores. I'm sure he wanted more, but he's not going to complain about the RBI.
At the plate, Jorge Campos. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
1-0 the count. From the belt, kicks and deals.
A time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
First and second now, 1 man out. And he'll smartly just ensure that this stays a foul ball. Here now the 2-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
he struck out there, but for a pitcher, that's a pretty solid at-bat. Anytime you can make an opposing pitcher out there work and throw quite a few more extra pitches, that's a quality AB in my book.
So now to the plate, Richardson, as he'll take a changeup here for strike one. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. Line drive to left. And he dives to make a spectacular catch. What a play there to end the inning. One more look at the full extension catch that strands 2 men on the base paths. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Leading off the inning, Edwin Miles, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. In tight, awfully tight. 2-0 now. Two balls and a strike. Set to deliver on 2-1.
Count is 3-1.
Hey, throwing the ball great up until this point. Don't want to allow a leadoff walk. Needs to just focus in on his mechanics right here.
To third. Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other. 1 away.
Now batting, the second baseman, Suarez.
Standing in, Glenn Suarez. First offering on its way. Now the fastball is swung on and missed.
Quite an interesting outing up to this point as we head into the middle innings. He's pitching quite well, but you look at his first pitch strike percentage, less than 40%. That's going to be something he's going to need to clean up moving forward.
Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut.
I don't know if there was any intent behind that pitch, but it certainly opens up the outer half of the plate with this next one.
Now the 2-1.
That's outside.
Good job to work the count and put himself back in the driver's seat. Started off with 1 strike, and now he's got the count in his favor, 3-1.
Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Hey, guys, that's the danger of falling behind in the show. You miss over the heart of the plate with count leverage, you're going to pay for it.
Into the box now, Jason McIntosh. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line in right. Richardson is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first.
The center fielder, number 12, Howie Robinson.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Howie Robinson to try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Yeah, he did a great job to go down and get that one his last at-bat. but I got to think they're going to pitch him up, maybe elevate something in the zone. Interested to see how he approaches this next AB.
A runner on first with 2 away. No swing on the knuckle curve, even at 1-1. Hit back up the middle. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. All ready to go in the top of the 5th, and set to go is the second baseman, Scott Jordan.
Scott Jordan.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Wanted to get the front door curveball on the inside corner there, but it backed up a little and stayed off the corner.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Got him to swing at a pitch below the knees. 1-1. Now the pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Right is there to put it away for out number 1.
Now batting, the first baseman, Mad Dog Jackson.
Ready once again, Mad Dog Jackson. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Hey.
Grounded back up the middle. Scooped up. And very quickly there, they're 2 gone to start the inning.
Now batting, the third baseman, Snow.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Colt Snow. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
That's a ball.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Ooh, that was an ugly swing. I'm sure he's not going to watch that one on replay after the game.
The 1-2.
I got to count 2-2.
Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning.
Ron Durango gets the call from the bullpen to pitch in relief.
Ron Durango.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and set to stand in as the veteran pitcher, David Lund. First delivery to him on the way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Two balls and no strikes.
In this situation right here, I'm protecting my pitcher from himself. I know he wants to swing the bat and let the boys know in the clubhouse that he can do his job, but I'm probably putting the take sign on right here.
The 2-0. Too high, and it's 3-0.
It's amazing how guys can lose focus sometimes when the weaker hitters come up, especially the pitchers. You got to stay on the attack and minimize pitches and get these guys out in a hurry.
And that misses as well. It's ball 4, and it's a 4-pitch walk to the pitcher leading off the inning. Wow.
3 of those pitches were definitely out of the zone, but that last pitch looked pretty darn good to me. You're not usually going to get many favorable calls on 3-0, though. You have to earn that spot.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Buford Christian. Here comes the first pitch.
Ball 1.
Ball 1.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
The 1-0 is looked at for ball number 2.
2 balls, no strikes.
A runner at first with no outs here. There's a strike. It's 2-1.
Nasty 2-0 slider right there for a strike. No shame in tipping your hat.
All even now, 2-2. From the belt, kicks and deals. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats and left.
Hey, you guys know me. Hitting's a process of elimination, and I'm eliminating a changeup this next pitch. I'm on everything else.
On a line to shortstop, but the runner is back to avoid the double play.
Now batting, right fielder, Michael Wright.
Digging in now, Michael Wright. He's 0 for 1 thus far. He's set and the pitch. Bottom part of the zone, a good changeup gets the call.
It's pretty tough for a hitter to go up there looking for a first pitch changeup, and a good job of dropping it in for strike 1.
There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Working for the punch out and the offering. And now a slider in there for a called third strike, and there are 2 gone now.
The first baseman, number 9.
Ready for another shot now, Brad Benton. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Tying run at the plate, the 0-1. Good changeup there as he takes command. 0-2.
Boy, this is one of those ABs you like to hit the rewind button on. Put himself in a tough spot now, hitting with 2 strikes.
And there's a fastball well off the plate inside.
2 strikes.
A swing and a miss on a ball way outside the strike zone, and the inning is over. Riding in once again, Nori Dizzy. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Nori Dizzy.
First offering on its way. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. And that's high and away, and the count goes to 2-0. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
Got through the fifth all right, but it looks like he's a little off kilter here to start the sixth.
The 3-0. Popped him up. Landry is in his tracks now, and he's got it for the first out.
The batter, the catcher, Samuel Rincon.
Digging in and looking for more, Samuel Rincon, already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Bases are empty, 1 man out.
Nope.
Good take there to lay off the high fastball. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. There's a changeup taken, but it finds the zone on the inside.
Man, this guy's in a good groove right now. 7 straight retired. He's locked in.
The 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full.
No pitcher likes to take the count to 3-2, especially when you throw a non-competitive pitch like that on 2-2. That one wasn't even close.
1 out, nobody on. And he fouls this one off. He'll try it again, 3-2. Now a changeup just off the plate as that misses for ball 4.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
Now here comes the skipper out of the third base dugout, and a change is in the offing as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll depart after 5 1/3 innings of work and with no shot to win the decision. James Bond enters to make an appearance on the mound as he inherits a runner at first with 1 out in the inning. J.D. Eastman will be the first to greet him here as he'll stand in with a runner at first and 1 away. From the stretch. Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone. The 1-0 delivery. Bounce to first. He's got it. There's one. On to first, and talk about doing the job out of the bullpen. 1 batter, 2 outs, and the inning is over. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, and 6 coming up. The Blazers on top 2-0. Bottom of the inning now, and stepping in the long ball threat, Kevin Landry.
Kevin Landry.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball.
Right guy, right spot. This is one of the better hitters in their lineup. Just the guy they want to see coming up now to get this inning going.
And And he gets the call that time for strike number 1.
Hey, you want someone sometimes to rattle the bat rack, but also the guy on the mound's got to eat too. They're executing their pitches out there. It's going to be tough to score some runs.
The 1-1 home. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Standing in now, Edwin Miles, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. No hits to this point. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Bases are empty. 1 man out. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Well, that's what's so disappointing as a pitcher, D-Row. You make a really good pitch, and yet this guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, you hand your batting gloves to the first base coach right there, and you thank your lucky stars. That's a nice AB.
And he's back in standing. Stepping in now, Glenn Suarez, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. There he goes. A pitch out. The throw on a great time to pitch out as he'll be thrown out easily at second.
Wow, that's a big-time throw right there, and it's a tall task to throw him out stealing a bag, but he got rid of it quickly, and it was a good job down there applying the quick tag. They'll have to feel good about that one.
2 out, nobody on. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
The 1-2. And there's a base hit on the line.
You never want to beat a pitcher that breaks a guy out of a slump, but this guy was too good. You knew it was a matter of time before he started barreling those hits. That gives him a multi-hit game, and I'm sure he's feeling good about it.
In now, Jason McIntosh, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Now the 1-0. Hit out towards second. Reined in. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We're through 6 full. Portland leads it 2-0. Coming to the plate now, Alejandro Rosas. He hit a sac fly earlier.
Alejandro Rosas.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. Here it comes.
2 balls, 1 strike to count. Count is 3-1.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
3-1. And a good take there as they'll have a leadoff man aboard to start the 7th. It's ball 4.
Looked like he might have gotten squeezed a little bit right there, and you know he's talking to himself in his head about it. That kind of stuff goes both ways, though. Hitters get their fair share of crummy calls going against them, too.
Francisco Barreto will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Francisco Barreto.
Breaking ball as this runs in on him, and he has to step out of the way that time. He comes in at 262 on the year, 4 home runs and 11 RBIs. This is line to left. Christian arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out. And this throw gets away from him.
Now batting, right fielder, Richardson.
Striding into the box, Richardson, 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. First things first, here's a throw over, and he just manages to get his hand in. And another throw over, keeping particularly close tabs on him. And again a throw, and he'll dive back in. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Runners off for second. Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball. He'll try it again from first. Hit down the third baseline. The 1-2.
He might have to look for a different way to put this guy away on 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times, so he might be looking for it.
From the stretch.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
Full count, here it comes. Now a swing and a fly ball, but this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. The next 3-2. Keeps fighting him off. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Curveball hit right back at him. To second for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, the side is retired. So nothing happening this time around. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. Portland is out in front 2-0. Leonel Diaz gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th. Leading off the inning, Howie Robinson, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Howie Robinson.
First pitch of the at-bat.
Ball back outside.
The 1-0. is a slider taken for a ball. The 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now.
Well, this is the matchup they wanted, bringing in the reliever, but falling behind 2-0 doesn't exactly help the situation very much.
Hey.
3-1. And that misses ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to start the home 7th.
Man, that's a tough one to swallow. You're hanging on to a slim lead, and the last thing you want to do is give up a leadoff walk. Seems like those are the ones that always come back to haunt you, so we'll see if that's the case here.
Sean McKee will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
McKee.
They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. The 1-0. And there he goes towards second. Strike taken to throw. Well behind the play. That's an easy stolen base.
You don't see that very often against this guy. This guy has one of the best arms in the game, but still a successful steal of second base.
And that's high and off the plate, 2-1. Looking at his career totals, McKee has a .280 batting average. Now the 2-1 pitch.
Ball, inside.
Buford Christian, who represents the possible go-ahead run here, waits in the on-deck circle. Lifted in the air to right field. Right fielder giving chase. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and head for third. And he'll make it up to third safely here with one away. Now back to the top of the lineup, stepping in, Buford Christian. Here comes the first pitch. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. That one is out of here. This game is tied. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Home run number 5 on the year, as we are all knotted up at 2.
What a great feeling right there as he circles the pillows. Finally able to get this offense potentially going with one swing of the bat. Being shut out all game, but not anymore.
The batter, the right fielder,
At the plate, Michael Wright. First pitch has him dancing to avoid it. It's ball 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. The 1-0.
2-0.
This inning really feels like it's getting away from him out there. As a reliever, you can't let that happen. Nothing you can do about what's already happened, and it's only going to get worse if you're not focusing on the guy in the batter's box.
And there's a swing and a miss. 2-1 now. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. And a pretty good take there on the slider down. It's ball 3.
It's clear he just hasn't been able to find any rhythm out there. Pretty much unable to hit any of his spots, and now he's at 3-1, and he's put him into another great hitting count.
Oh, look out. Hot shot to third, and there are 2 away.
The first baseman, number 9, Brad Benton.
Standing in, Brad Benton. He's set. Here it comes. Now there's a changeup to start him out, but it drops low and away for ball 1.
Good spot to be in right now as a hitter. Count your favor, 1-0. Good time to get a fastball and turn it loose.
And now pitch on the way.
Ball 3.
Kevin Landry would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Taking all the way, and it's 3-1 now.
Got to believe he had the green light in that situation. 2 outs, 3-0 count. This guy can certainly handle the bat. That's a perfect situation to let him loose. But I love the fact that he's keyholed in a certain area, and it wasn't what he was looking for.
And he lays off ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
Kevin Landry.
Mike Diaz takes over here with a runner at first and 2 gone in the inning.
Diaz.
Kevin Landry will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away. Has a look, now the pitch. And that misses inside 1-0.
Good fastball there. Didn't get the swing, but the guy at the plate isn't someone who chases many bad pitches.
A ball and a strike. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Fouled away. And this one gets away. And a very big mistake, as that'll move the possible go-ahead run into scoring position.
Well, the intent there with that 2-strike pitch was obviously to get him to fish for something he couldn't do a whole lot with, but there's the risk that comes with that as well. If you don't execute or your catcher can't handle it very well, you give up 3 bases.
Ready with the payoff pitch. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one. So 2 runs on 1 hit, and the 1 hit was a big one, the home run. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now, and we are tied 2-2. David Harris has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. All set for the start of the inning, and that'll bring in the second baseman, Scott Jordan.
Scott Jordan.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. A 1-0 delivery. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. Liner towards second. This will be taken in at second base. Good positioning for the first out.
The batter, the first baseman, Mad Dog Jackson.
Now at the plate, Mad Dog Jackson. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. First pitch on its way. Now a swing and a fly ball. And it's a foul ball. Both teams with 6 hits so far. Here's a little chopper up the middle. Fielded cleanly on the first, and there were 2 down.
And this is not an easy play where you have to range to your right. He really didn't have a chance to get his feet set, so this is all arm. Nicely done.
Now at the plate, Colt Snow. First offering on its way.
Nope.
There's a fastball missing down and away for a ball. 1-0. 2-0 now.
2 balls, no strikes.
Strike called. 2-1.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Gets the sign. The 2-1.
2 balls.
And he comes back with a gorgeous slider there for strike 2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. At the plate, Edwin Miles.
For the Cobras, the third baseman, Edwin Miles.
Here comes the first pitch.
Whoa, up there.
Now the 1-0 is looked at for the first strike. As mentioned earlier in the broadcast, this game has the potential to result in a series sweep, but of course with a tie game on our hands, that is no foregone conclusion.
Never easy to sweep. This is one of those teeter-totter games, back and forth as we're tied going into the back end of this game right now. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out.
The 1-2.
Oh, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Now a ball lined toward the gap in left center. And this is going to get down for what should be extra bases. And there's your potential go-ahead run. And your go-ahead run is in at second base here with a leadoff double.
As a hitter, the only feeling better than hitting a bomb is driving one into the gap like that. He hustled out of the box knowing he was guaranteed a double, but I think he had thoughts of maybe a triple if the outfielder hadn't gotten it back in right away.
Yeah, there really wasn't any question about that one going for extra bases off the bat. Here's the first pitch to him.
This has to be a productive at-bat right here. I know you want to drive the run in and get the RBI, but you have to find a way, bare minimum, to move this runner over to third.
Oh, he had him fooled there. No balls and 2 strikes.
Good luck with that pitch. That pitch is an absolute nightmare, almost unhittable. Nasty downward action, high 80s velocity.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
No, that's down.
Talk about frustrating as a pitcher. You make a great pitch like that, the guy just lays off of it. That barely missed the zone.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with nobody out. On the ground to third. He's right there, and there's 1 away.
Now batter, the shortstop, Jason.
So striding forward now, Jason McIntosh. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind it, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
0-1's the count.
Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 1 away. And he popped him up over toward the left side of the infield. Rosas has to shade his eyes from the sun, but he stays with it for out number 2.
The center fielder, number 12, Howie Robinson.
At the plate, Howie Robinson, 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Nope.
The set and the 1-0. Ground back up the box, and it'll get through into center field, a base hit. The relay on the second, but he's in safely as a run is also in, and with it they take the lead.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late innings, man, that feels good.
It especially does, especially when you start to score runs late in the game off of quality pitching. When runs are at a premium, that's what makes you feel really good about yourself.
Jacob Sellers will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here. And here's a called strike to the 36-year-old veteran. It's 0-1. And for the opposition, finishing this one off and salvaging a win in the series will sort of allow them to at least save a little face here at home.
No doubt about it. The last thing you want to do is get beat around in your own backyard. You want to make your home ballpark a winning ballpark. So winning this one and avoiding the sweep.
And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. 9th inning coming up. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Jason Lee takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door. All set to start the 9th in this one, and standing in the outfielder, Nori Dizzy. He's set, and the pitch. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and hit deep to left center. This one has a chance. That one is out of here. This game is tied. So a solo shot here to left center field as it's now a 3-all ball game.
Big time at bat right there. Team trailing, and he ties it up with a bomb. Interested to see how this one finishes out.
Into the box, Samuel Rincon, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2. Weak grounder down the first baseline. Oh, and he takes his eye off it here, and it goes right past him. So they'll slap an error on the catcher there, and you can tell he's not happy back there. So a big moment in the ball game here. J.D. Eastman, and he could very well get the intentional pass here, as that would set up a potential double play ball that might keep the game tied. Here's the first pitch, and a strike called at the knees. 0-1. The 0-1.
You have one job in this situation, especially down 0-2. You have to find a way to advance that runner to third and give your teammate a chance to drive something into the outfield. You cannot not come through in this situation.
Lifted the other way to left center. Christian arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first down.
The batter, number 5, shortstop, Alejandro Rosas.
Now in the box, Alejandro Rosas. Here's the first pitch. And they start him out away with a cold strike. The 0-1. Good slider there. Gets a swing and miss. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Hey, not normally a good plan to throw 3 consecutive sliders in a row. This guy's slider is so good, I think he might throw it again.
And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there. 2 away.
It's so hard to hit when you're behind the count 0-2, right? You have to protect for the fastball. You have to look for the soft stuff down and away. You're really at a disadvantage when you fall behind 0-2.
Lucius Rojas will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line. And that's waved at and missed for strike 1. From set, the 0-1. It looked like the fastball got away from him there. One and two now as that one's fouled off. A ball and 2 strikes. Really pulled that one across as the slider misses well inside.
The classic back foot slider right there with 2 strikes. Usually gets a ton of swing and misses. Nice layoff right there. Fight for another pitch.
Here's the 2-2.
Thank you.
Well, all of the umpires in the seats thought that was strike 3, and they weren't far off, but I think that was a good call. Looked to be just a bit outside.
Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down. Count still full, 3-2. Fouled away.
Well, somebody's sitting off speed right here. Only way he was late on that heater is he was expecting another changeup.
Out of the stretch, the 3-2 home. And he strikes him out on a good pitch. So 1 run can win it as we head to the bottom of the inning. Just 1 hit in the inning, but it was a big one right here as it ties the ball game. Home half of the 9th is straight ahead. We're tied now with 3 apiece. Tony Tabaco comes on to work on the mound, hoping to send this one into extra innings. All set for the bottom of the 9th. And coming forward, the veteran outfielder, Buford Christian.
And that last at-bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So I might want to move that ball up and down and in and out and try not to throw it right down the middle of the plate.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The 1-0. Finds the zone, strike 1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2.
Yeah, you could tell he was ready for another fastball, but the pitcher went to breaking ball, and the hitter just fouls that one off.
Hit in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. The 1-2. Swing, and he pops him up. Rosas has a play, makes the play, 1 away.
Now batting, right fielder, Michael Wright.
Now batting, Michael Wright. First pitch coming, here it is. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Eastman is there, 2 gone.
The first baseman, number 9, Brad Benton.
So coming to the plate, Brad Benton. First pitch on its way. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground, but this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Ready with the 1-2. Still a ball and 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Man, this guy's a grinder. Fouls off good pitches and doesn't seem to swing at the ones just off the corner. This guy's a pitcher's nightmare.
So a full count now. Ready now, the payoff pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. He's got it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So they can't get that winning run home, and that means free baseball here this afternoon. 10th inning coming up, and we are all tied at 3 apiece. Ed Robinson takes the mound as he'll be the first man to pitch here in extra innings. We are into extra innings, and at the plate will be the speedy outfielder, Richardson. Here comes the first pitch. Hung the slider there, but laid off for ball 1. Robinson is a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the park. It's a rare day that someone takes him deep, which obviously makes him a very valuable commodity in the bullpen.
One of the things as a manager you want to do, you want to bring a reliever in and know that he can keep the ball in the ballpark, and this guy does a great job of that. He's near impossible to get the ball in the air to lift for a home run, and it's one of the reasons why he's a real effective relief pitcher.
Now to the plate, Scott Jordan. He's 1 for 4 for the game. First offering on its way. Now an off-speed pitch gets the outside. It's a called strike. And now we'll see some action in the bullpen as the lefty starts to get loose. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Upper part of the strike zone, a dangerous pitch with the changeup, but he laid off.
Your idea of working the count goes out the window. You're frustrated right now, down 0-2. Got to find a way to grind.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Man, that's a great take right there. Backdoor slider just missed the outside corner. This guy must have a really good eye. Most guys swing at that pitch.
1 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss, so a perfect start to the 10th here. 2 up and 2 down.
Well, I'm glad we get another look at that beauty of a pitch right there. You can't spot a sinker in a better location because even if you do get the bat on the ball, there's not a whole lot you can do with that. Textbook sinker.
Into the box now, Mad Dog Jackson, as he'll look at a slider that runs in too far for ball 1. This one's flared off to the right side. And that's in there, base hit.
Boy, it's so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, D-Row, and he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you tip your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player. Fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
At the plate now, Colt Snow, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. There are 2 gone and the possible go-ahead run at first. The 1-0. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. In the dirt. And he'll just beat the throw to second. He's in there. And a very big mistake, as that'll move the possible go-ahead run into scoring position. And it looks like they'd rather go after the next guy as the intentional walk signal comes here with 2 away.
Well, they felt it was better to take the bat out of the hands of a guy like that. He's just too dangerous, and they decided they'll take their chances with the next guy in the lineup.
So stepping in, Nori Dizzy.
Yeah, Matt, and going back to that last at-bat when he hit the homer, that was a fastball that was up in the zone. This guy likes the ball up in the zone, so if I'm on the mound right now, I'm thinking try to keep...
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. Howard Urban will stay in the ball game as he'll take over at first base.
Number 9, Howard Urban.
Ready for the bottom of the 10th here, and that'll bring in the veteran catcher, Kevin Landry.
For the Cobras, the catcher, Kevin Landry.
First pitch on its way.
1-0.
Fouled off. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Now the pitch. Ball 2.
2 strikes.
And he fouls this one off. And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts.
I think he had his mind made up. He was swinging the bat and trying to protect before the ball even left the pitcher's hand. That pitch wasn't even close. He would have needed a flagpole to hit that one.
To the plate now, Edwin Miles, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. The windup and the 0-1. This is popped up. Urban in foul ground, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Now batting, the second baseman, Glenn Suarez.
Striding in, Glenn Suarez. He's 2 for 4 in the ballgame. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Ball 1.
Into his windup, the 1-0. Look out as this bat shatters on impact. Throw on to first, and we are going to the 11th inning. Digging in, Samuel Rincon. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Rincon.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Count 1-0.
Going to need to make a little bit of an adjustment with his slider release and at least tempt the hitter that it's going to be a strike.
May have gotten a piece of that one, but no matter, it's 1-1.
Might have to change your game plan in the box right here. If he's going to pound away, might have to work the opposite field.
little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Right is there, and he has it for the out.
The batter, the center fielder, J.D. Eastman.
Stepping in, J.D. Eastman. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch. Bottom part of the zone, and the slider is in there for a called strike. Bases are empty, one man out. Outside for a ball, 1-1. This ball will be chopped foul. The 1-2 is roped to left, a base hit.
Danny, I know that's not the execution he was looking for right there. That batter's eyes lit up on that pitch.
Not a real good changeup. One of the things, Mark, this pitcher will do, he'll use that changeup like most pitchers will use the curveball. His changeup is that good. That one wasn't though.
So now to the plate, Alejandro Rosas. As he'll take a look at the strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. There's one away. The runner at first represents the potential go-ahead score. Double play is in order, however. The 0-1 lifted down the line in left. Long run for the left fielder, and no one will track it down. Possible go-ahead runs on first, one away. Ball one, taken just off the inside. Now the 1-2 pitch. Fly ball out toward left center field. Long run for the center fielder. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, the pitcher, Tony Cavatelli.
Darren Arrington will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Darren Arrington.
Right down Broadway that time. Strike one. Comes set, the 0-1. He couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane of the plate, and that will be ruled a strike. From the belt, kicks and deals.
1 ball, 2 strikes, count.
Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball. This one sinks low on a touch outside. It's a full count, 3-2.
Good running count right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. He'll be off to the races on this pitch.
Line hard to the left side. Foul. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. And he strikes him out here for out number 3. So after a scoreless top half, they'll have a chance to win it here in the bottom half. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. It's getting late. One run can win it as we move to the bottom of the 11th. And we are all tied at 3 apiece. C.J. Wolf takes over now to start the home 11th, and he's looking to get this one to the visiting 12th. Digging in, Jason McIntosh.
For Mississippi, not shortstop, Jason.
First offering on its way. A changeup floats outside here for ball 1. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. Now the 2-0. Fouled away. Pops him up toward the left side of the infield. Snow waits on it. 1 away.
The center fielder, number 12, Howie Robinson.
Stepping into the box, Howie Robinson. He's roped a couple of doubles in 3 trips to this point. Pitch on the way. And it's fouled away. Oh, and 2 count. Here's the pitch. And he'll try to get him to chase the fastball there, but he lays off. 1-2. Rolled slowly down the third baseline, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field, and he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
The pitcher, number 22, Ed Robinson.
Greg English will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
English.
And a fastball is in there for strike 1. Fouled off. The windup and the 0-2. And he strikes him out to retire the side, so we'll play at least 1 more. Gunter gets the ball as he'll take over to start this 12th inning. To the 12th frame in this one, and next will be a speed threat in the form of outfielder Richard Richardson. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt. The first pitch drops one down here, and he'll try to beat it out. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
Well, he was planning that before he even got in the box, and he got it down, but it wasn't quite good enough to put him on board.
So striding in, Scott Jordan. First pitch on its way. Timing just a tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. windup and the 0-2 pitch. A swing and a miss for out number 2, and a ball he had no chance of making contact with.
Wow, we've seen some really impressive pitching in this one. You could say these lineups have been anemic, but I always like to give credit to pitching and defense, and they've been fantastic all game long.
Standing in now, Howard Urban. And he fouls this one off. Line to the right side. And he'll pull this one down a step or two in front of the warning track, and the inning is over. Bottom of the 12th inning now, and next it'll be the outfielder, Buford Christian.
The left fielder, Buford Christian.
Here's the first pitch to him. Fouled away.
You're lucky if you get one pitch a night right down the middle. Cannot be late on that fastball.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Oh, this is hit high and deep out to left. Ball game. A solo shot here to left, and with one swing of the bat, this ball game is over.
When you get to extra innings, you're looking to piece together a rally or scratch any runs you can across the plate. But he says, hey, to heck with that. I'm going to do it with one swing of the bat. So a walk-off home run ends this thing in extras. That was fun.
In a close game like this, you look for that one guy who produced when it mattered most, and this is the guy. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he came through with a multi-hit game, and more importantly, they were big hits. He was a key contributor to the outcome of this one.
A one-run finish, 4-3, the final tally today. Gunter gets the win in relief, his second of the year. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, Matt Vasgersian, we all thank you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. See you next time.
Here now is our final line score. First, for your victorious home team, 4 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. They left 10 men on base. For the visitors, 3 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. They left 12 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 58 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.